YouTube family, Falcons family, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back to another episode of GATXBOI Speaks, the place where Falcons fans come to talk football, break down the roster, and speak our minds about the future of our Atlanta Falcons. And right now, the Falcons might be standing at a quarterback crossroads because, as you see, on one side we have Tua Tagovailoa, a quarterback who has already proven he can lead the most explosive offenses in the NFL. On the other side, you have Michael Penix Jr., a young quarterback with an elite arm who many believe could be the future of the franchise. And the question isn't just about who wins the competition. The question is about what direction does the Atlanta Falcons take as a franchise? Because this decision could shape the next 5 to 10 years of Falcon football. So today, we're going to break down the quarterback crossroads, the competition, the offense, the developmental timeline, and the multiple paths that our Atlanta Falcons could take. So let's talk about it. As y'all know, I made another presentation. So as I'm speaking, you can have a visual of what I'm talking about. So this right here helps everybody. Let's give a shout out to some of those who done came and joined the cast. Shout out to Cool CC. Thank you for coming. Shout out to Miss Pam. Shout out to Sip Legacy. What's going on to everybody on this good Sunday evening? But let's get right into it. The quarterback crossroads. The Atlanta Falcons are entering a moment that every franchise eventually faces. A moment where the future of the quarterback position is not fully defined. Because quarterback decisions don't just impact one season, they impact an entire era of football. The Falcons could be standing at the beginning of a new chapter. But what's interesting about this situation is Atlanta might actually have two different solutions at the same damn time. A quarterback who can win right now and a quarterback who could potentially lead the team into the future. The quarterback room, as we all know, Tua is now a Falcon. The Falcons are looking at two very different but very intriguing players. Tua, as I stated, has already proven he can operate at a high level NFL offense. He has shown elite timing, accuracy, and the ability to distribute the football quickly. When he's healthy and surrounded by talent, his offense has been among the most efficient in football. And we have seen that outside of his injury history, Tua is still 44-32 as a starter. We have seen with Tua that when he has the proper coaching, the proper game plan, a solid offensive line, he can make moves work. But then we also have to look at the other side of the quarterback room. We have Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. brings something different. He brings a powerful arm. He has confidence pushing the ball downfield and the ability to create explosive plays throughout the passing game. So the Falcons are looking at a very interesting contrast. Experience versus potential. Immediate stability versus long-term upside. But that's why I always say this situation right here is not just about who's going to win the competition. This could be a win-win for our Atlanta Falcons. And that gets me into my next slide. Iron sharpens iron. Competition is often viewed as something negative in the NFL, but in the right situation, competition can be one of the most powerful forces inside a locker room. When quarterbacks are competing, several things happen. Preparations get sharper. Execution becomes more important, and every practice rep suddenly carries more weight. Players know they have to earn their role every day. For the Falcons, this competition could push both quarterbacks to reach a higher level, and that type of environments benefit the entire team. Like, I understand some folks saying, yeah, Tua should just come in here and take the job, or Michael Penix Jr. is better than Tua, and it should be his job. But with both of these guys being both elite quarterbacks, both having solid arms and understanding what it takes to be a quarterback, this competition could be solid. Tua comes from Alabama to where he had to compete against Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, just to see the field. Michael Penix Jr. is going through a different type of competition because of the injuries that he had to endure inside of his football career since college until now. But the one thing that we have as a team is our support system. We all know we do not need a quarterback to come in here and be Superman. We need a quarterback to come in here, rely on the scheme, rely on the system, and use his weapons. And that's why my next slide, we're going to talk about why Atlanta might be a great situation for a quarterback. Because a quarterback success isn't just about the quarterback. As we know, we've been going through this for the last 5, 6 years. It's about environment. It's about the environment around them. And the Falcons have a major advantage here. The offense as we know, our offense is built around Bijan Robinson, one of the most dynamic running backs in the league. A strong run game forces defenses to adjust. Defenders start stepping forward, linebackers begin to hesitate, and this opens the door for play action passing. The offensive line also plays a major role in creating stability. With players like Jake Matthews, Matthew Bergeron, Ryan Nuzul, Chris Lindstrom, and Caleb McGarry, the Falcons have a foundation of an offense that can support a quarterback. And again, I know we do not know if Caleb McGarry will come back 100% or if Caleb McGarry is healthy or if Caleb McGarry even wants to come back. But as of right now, the way our offensive line sits, if Caleb McGarry does come back, that is a solid foundation for Tua as well as for Michael Penix Jr. Now, let's just talk about the weapons, not named Bijan, that we have on our team. The offensive arsenal. The Falcons' offense has real weapons. As we know, Drake, the big dog. He gives the offense a physical contested catch receiver. One-on-one, jump ball, Drake got it. And then you got Jahan Dotson. He is bringing in here precision route running and that deep threat that we all been looking for. And then OZ is back. After being with the Eagles, the Bears, and the Washington Commanders and going to the playoffs with those teams, he is back. And he will be adding speed and big play potential. And then here comes the unicorn, Kyle Pitts, who will continue to be one of the most unique mismatch problems in football. This will force defenses to respect the multiple areas on the field. That type of offensive arsenal creates opportunities for the quarterbacks to succeed. And that's getting to my point. We don't need Michael Penix to be rushed back from injury, and we don't need Tua to come in here and be Superman. We need somebody to come in here and complement the system. Shout out to Miss Maggie T of the Lady Birds and Hey Fan coming in here. Shout out to Professor OG 330 for coming in as well. Y'all just stick out with me as I put out my presentation, and pretty soon I'll drop the link and y'all can come in and share y'all perspectives on the Falcons. But that gets me to my next slide. The offensive architects. I'm sorry, that country grammar get out there sometimes. The coaching staff. We got Kevin Stefanski as the head coach. We got Tommy Rees as the offensive coordinator. And we got Tanner Engstrom as the passing game coordinator. Kevin Stefanski's offensive philosophy typically centers around balance, a strong run game, heavy play action, and structured passing concepts. Bringing in Tommy Rees, that's going to add in the creativity and the adaptability to that system. And Engstrom, he is here to help design the passing structure. Together, they can build an offense that supports either quarterback because you would have Kevin Stefanski, 6 years with the Browns, 14 years with the Vikings. You have Tommy Rees, former OC for the Browns, offensive coordinator and quarterback coach for the Alabama Crimson Tide, as well as Notre Dame. So he has experience calling plays. And then you bring in Tanner Engstrom, who was recently the OC for the New York Jets. But prior to, he had 5 years experience working with Ben Johnson in Detroit with the Lions. So having these three types of creative offensive minds, and that's not to even lowball the Bill Callahan coming in as offensive line coach, as well as retaining Robert Petrie, the running backs coach, to keep the running game the same. But these three guys could create an offense for either quarterback. The luxury of having these three guys and the luxury of having two quarterbacks of the same caliber is, for one, they're both left-handed. Two quarterbacks, zero scheme change. So for one, here's an interesting detail. Both quarterbacks are left-handed. That may seem small, but in terms of offensive structure, it matters because normally teams have to adjust protection schemes depending on the quarterback's throwing hand. With two left-handed quarterbacks, the Falcons can keep the same offense consistent, the same playbook, the same protections, the same developmental path. That continuity makes life easier for the coaching staff and the offense. Why is this so important? Remember what happened in 2024 when Michael Penix had to come in for those three games. And look what happened in this past season in 2025. When you switch quarterbacks who are not the same handed quarterback, and Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins, that put us in a situation to where everything changes. Protections changes. The way you run the route changes. The way the ball comes out changes. Everything changes. And keeping and having two left-handed quarterbacks, the progression and the offensive development does not change. This move isn't even about the quarterbacks. It's about the team. This move does not hinder the offensive development of the team. There is no more having to figure, okay, is it going to be Kurt? Is it going to be Michael Penix? Even though we're going to go through this situation, is it going to be Tua or is it going to be Michael Penix? But one thing we can see here as Falcons fans and say, the offense development, the scheme development, the foundation and the structure that's being implemented for this team will not change. Now, as we know, we have two different types of quarterbacks. You got Tua, the surgeon. You got Michael Penix, the sniper. This could give the Atlanta Falcons two different offenses, depending on who wins the job. The Falcons offense could take slightly different forms. If Tua starts, the offense may lean more toward rhythm passing, quick decisions, ball distribution, timing routes. But if MPJ comes in and take over, you might see a more aggressive vertical attack, deep throws, more explosive passing concepts, more downfield pressure on defenses. Same offensive structure, but two very different ways to attack defense. And I feel like that's a plus for the Falcons. That's a plus for the Falcons because the scheme is the same, the structure is the same, the foundation is the same. Yes, we have two left-handed quarterbacks, but they are not the same type of quarterback. They might have some similarities, the main one being left-handed, but as you see on the screen, these are two different type of quarterbacks that could bring a different type of explosiveness to our Atlanta Falcons. Yes, I understand the injury history tour and the injury history with the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, with Tua with the Dolphins and Michael Penix with the Falcons. But we just have to wait and see. And that gets me to this. Just what if? What if it works with Tua? And what if the Atlanta Falcons are looking to use the Jordan Love method? This is also a long-term developmental strategy that the Falcons could consider. The Green Bay Packers followed a similar path with Jordan Love. They drafted him while Aaron Rodgers was still the starter. Love spent multiple seasons learning the offense, developing his game, and then eventually, when the transition happened, he was ready. Atlanta could potentially follow a similar approach with Michael Penix Jr., allow him to grow into the role. And I feel like this is where some people, they're not looking at this part. They're only looking at the injuries of Tua and saying, no, we don't want Tua here long term. But what if Tua actually comes in here and be successful, takes the Falcons to the playoffs, has us with a 10 plus win season? That means we don't have to force Michael Penix to come in here and be the starter or rush him back from his injuries. He actually has time to heal with a competent starter to take the lead for 2026. Now, come 2027, that's one of the blessings that our Falcons are having. Because just look at the paths of what the Falcons could do moving forward, starting in 2026. Now, when you look at the Falcons quarterback situation, there are 7 different possible outcomes. Yes, we signed Tua, but Michael Penix could start right away. Michael Penix could sit 2026 and develop. He could take over the job in 2027 or even later. And another possibility is that Tua plays well and holds on to the job longer. And if things don't work out the way that the Falcons expect, they could revisit the draft. That's why this situation is fascinating. There are different paths forward. Like, we're all just Falcon content creators talking on this, and I believe that our front office is talking about this as well. And if they're not, something is clearly wrong. But this is the possibility. 2026, Tua versus Michael Penix in an open competition. Who wins? Does Michael Penix take over the job and we have a solid backup in Tua just in case something happens with Michael Penix? Or what if in 2026 Tua takes over the job? Michael Penix, you learn from Tua, a left-handed quarterback. You see how the progression of the offense is going to work. 2027, you bring Tua back on another vet minimum deal because that would be the second part of that 99.2 million owed. You can still have an open comeback you can still have an open quarterback competition. Let's say the Falcons do take the Jordan Love method and Tua is here for 2026 and 2027. Okay, that means that we are ready to hand the keys over to Michael Penix Jr. in 2028. 2028 to get here. What if the development and the growth of Michael Penix Jr. isn't shown? Do we extend Tua? Do we bring him here for 2028 if he is successful in 2026 and 2027? Now that gets me to my next slide. Shout out to everybody who done showed up and in the chat, giving your boy support and talking these Falcons football. Atlanta Falcons fan Demi, what's going on, big bro? Dirty Bird Fly Through Chandler, what's happening? ATL 21 says, since those concussions in 2023, Tua hasn't been the same at all. We just need him healthy for like first 6 games, give MPJ a full year for recovery. That's plenty of time to come back from injury. I agree, but we also have to consider the fact in 2023, when Tua got hurt, he was one of the top quarterbacks, leading the league in yards as well as passing rating. In 2024, prior to injury, Tua was in the MVP race. We don't need Tua to be the big dog walking on campus that he was in Miami. We need Tua to come in here and be a proponent, one of the major proponents. And I look at it like this. If, let's say we do go with your narrative, start Tua for 6 games. What if Tua 6-0? Do you replace Tua with Michael Penix, or do you, if Tua wins the job outright in training camp and in OTAs, do you allow Tua to start the whole year? We still have Michael Penix in 2027, and this gets into my next question. What if Tua leads Atlanta to the playoffs in 2026? Now, here's the scenario that could change everything. Winning changes the entire conversation. Locker rooms believe in winning quarterbacks. Fans rally behind winning quarterbacks. Front offices often stay loyal to winning quarterbacks. So that's the question. If Atlanta becomes a playoff team with Tua leading the offense, this decision suddenly becomes much more complicated because we all believe in Michael Penix Jr. We all believe that Michael Penix Jr. can lead this franchise, but we have to be realistic with ourselves and look at this as a business as well as with our fandom. If Tua comes in here in 2026 and lead our Atlanta Falcons to the playoffs, what do we do? Do we let him walk off of free agency and possibly become the Minnesota Vikings? Do we bring him back on another 1 year deal and open up the quarterback competition? Do we allow Tua to bring to play out 2026 and 2027 to help develop Michael Penix Jr. to hopefully we can do with him what the Packers did with Jordan Love, in which the Packers didn't pick up his 5th year option. Once his contract was up, they gave him a 1 year deal to prove it. And after he proved it in that 1 year in 2023, the Packers went to the playoffs and they gave him a long-term contract. We could be looking at that with Michael Penix Jr. But I just don't see Tua coming in here, tucking his tail, and giving the job to competition when he has been in a competitive field before being at the University of Alabama. Michael Penix, I feel like this would help light a fire under him because I feel like if we would have brought in somebody like Joe Flacco, I don't see the competition that's being this hype as it would be here with Tua or with Kyler Murray. Yes, Kyler Murray, we would be almost in the same boat with Kirk Cousins, the switching of the offense. But with Tua, I love the way Ian Cunningham stated. This is an open competition. Nobody has been named a starter in March. So for the quarterback position, it's wide open and nobody's putting all their eggs in one basket. The reason it's a win-win for the Falcons because we have two capable quarterbacks. Remember, last year, Tua didn't get hurt in 2024. He just got benched the last 3 games because of the coaching staff and what they had going on. So we have to put everything in consideration. So that brings us to the Falcons quarterback decision. So now we have reached the final question. What should the Falcons do? Do we keep Tua as the leader of the offense? Do they turn the team over to Michael Penix Jr.? Or do they allow the competition to continue until a clear answer emerges? Because either path Atlanta chooses, it will shape out the future of this franchise. So, Falcons fans, this is where I want to hear from y'all. What would you do if you was running this team? Would you start Tua? Would you start Michael Penix, or would you develop Michael Penix, or would you blow it all up and draft a new quarterback? Drop your thoughts in the chat or hit the link and come on up and share your perspective on the Falcons quarterback crossroads. Let me know how you feel, because over here at GATXBOI Speaks, hey, we talking Falcons football all year long, baby. We don't take no day off. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. Feel free to come aboard and let me know how you feel about the Falcons quarterback crossroads. The link is in the chat. Feel free to come aboard. I, as I stated, I feel like our Atlanta Falcons, we are in a good place, man. We are in a place to where, let's be honest, how can we go wrong? This is a win-win situation for the Falcons because either Tua is going to be the starter or Michael Penix has beaten out Tua to show that he is ready to be the starter. And if either quarterback doesn't pan out in 2026, we can relieve ourselves of Tua. We still have Michael Penix under contract for 1 more year, and we can still draft the quarterback in the first round come 2027. What are y'all thoughts on it? ATL 251 says You never take out the fire mid-season or not if he's on a fire. Let him cook the toe. Shit, tough shit for him, PJ. Better be competitive during off season. If he can't, to Miss Maggie T for coming on. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good on this Sunday afternoon. It's evening for y'all, but it's afternoon for me. I'm chilling.
Oh yeah, it is evening. I didn't even realize it's still bright outside. I can't keep up.
So what do you think on this quarterback crossroads? Where do you see the Falcons at right now?
I feel like it's too soon to even make a decision on what will happen. Like you mentioned earlier, I don't even know why I got an echo, but um, long as Tua is healthy, I'm for not having Penix come back too soon. I feel that he should kind of just take his time, come back, sit underneath a little bit, and slowly condition him in. Maybe towards the end of the season, if that. But maybe keep him moving in practice and everything so he's not stiff. But I don't feel that we should rush him back. And a healthy Tua is what we're hoping for. Where I'm sure he already knows this is a competition, so it's any man's ball game at the end of it. But I'm hoping that with two quarterbacks and maybe drafting another or undrafted, we'll have at least some good competition in that locker room for the quarterback situation. I'm just sick of it. I'm ready to have a solid quarterback, and as all these what ifs and what haves is still questionable. So we really just have to wait and see.
I agree. Dirty Bird Fly through. Taylor, how's it going, my brother?
What's up, man? Ain't nothing much to it.
What's your thoughts on this quarterback crossroads the Falcons got
Man,
going on here?
man, look, I've been calling it what it is since it came together. It's the ER Derby. Okay? That's exactly what we got here. And why now, why should I believe after everything we've dealt with the past few years with this quarterback situation that putting two left-handed injury-prone quarterbacks who have a history with injuries together is going to all of a sudden be what gets it right? I hope it is. Don't get me wrong, I hope it is. But after so long of going through everything we went through since Matt left, and now we got this situation. Why should I believe this gonna turn out any better? Now, I hope Michael Penix is able to take whenever he is healthy, is able to take over this job because I think he's the guy that, out of him and Tua, I think he has the more potential to be the answer. But man, I really don't know. That's why it's so hard to even, I think, come together with expectations for this team because I don't know what to expect.
I agree, but we also still people say the Tua injury history, but Tua wasn't injured last year. And when he was injured last year, we got to be honest. The dude beat us with one eye. The dude basically had a Jordan flu game against
Man,
the Falcons last year.
man. Okay. Okay. He had his best game. I hear all that. This dude is one slam to the ground away from his brain turning into scrambled eggs on top of the stove.
But that's every quarterback. That's everybody. You get hit the wrong way, it's possible.
No, no,
But
no,
we
no, no, no.
also have to
This
look out the
this dude has already suffered so many injuries that the risk is even higher with him.
and that's why it's a win for the Falcons. Because if either quarterback doesn't plan out, we can look at the draft in 2027.
And that's where I was getting ready to go too. Yeah, we can look at the 2027 draft. But this is gonna bring up, I think, another big topic that, I'll just kind of mention it here. Where does this lay 2026 in terms of what are we really trying to accomplish this year?
2026, I believe they're trying to show that they are still competitive, even though they have a new regime and this is year one. Shout out to Silk Legacy, Deshaun Caldwell, and 330 for coming on the show. What's
What's
going
up?
on, my
What's
dogs?
What's
What's up,
up?
Yeah.
What's
OG?
up?
What's happening? What's y'all thoughts
Um,
on this?
my take on this is I'm like me and Maggie uh, with the if he's not ready, let him sit. But I don't want the boy to rush because he didn't. Oh, he gonna miss out. Because one thing about us, then we're gonna miss out on something. That I really lose. Now with Tua, I think he's more qualified right now for the starting job because he got his season. With the defense better than Michael. Um, and I don't want to like this. I want Michael to get the best help. I want him to get the best training. I don't want him to go out there half mass and then get failed again, and then that never was his mentor. Like, dang, every time I go out there, I got to sit back down on the bench. You don't want that to happen. Make sure he's real, making sure he's real ready. Like this, me, I'm a writer. When I put scripts in, I can't put in a half script or a script that's not totally done. Cause I send it in and they send it right back and say, uh, your script is not good. Yeah, because I haven't done it. I really put no ump in it. So I don't want Michael to go out there without having all his tools together. His health,
Okay.
his training.
So look at it from this
So
perspective.
yeah,
What if they're bringing in Tua for Michael Penix? Because they know Tua is not the future quarterback. But if Michael Penix had to sit out a season, he gets to see what it looks like from a left-handed quarterback. So when he comes in, there isn't a what is it going to look
yeah,
like? We're going
yeah.
to give you tape to prepare to take over this team.
I support that because if you want to be the franchise quarterback, the best way is to know to learn and be ready when you go out there. Because I like Penix. I wish the best for him, but I'm out there ready.
Right. And I feel like with the new regime and a new head coach, we don't need Tua. Like we do need Tua to be Tua of Miami, but we don't need Tua to carry the team how they were trying to do in Miami. The foundation is set, the vision is set. We just need you to come in here and steer the ship in a way.
Like
330,
like
Cowboy.
what Tua said, hold on, like what Tua said yesterday. He said, "I know this is a competition. I'm ready to work. If you want to learn anything from me, I can help him out. But I know the competition. I'm just trying to get I can get my career back on point, and I'm ready. That's all you can say.
Mm-hmm. 330. What's going on, OG?
Hey, what's going on, peoples? How y'all doing?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
What's your thoughts on this quarterback situation we got down here in Atlanta?
Well, first of all, I don't want anybody. If anybody think that Tua is coming in to play the role and be the bridge quarterback, I think they got him twisted, man. I think Tua is an Alabama graduate, played under a great coach, and I don't think he knows how to do anything but be a leader and play
Hey, if y'all ain't talking, mute yourself, please.
to that capacity. Um, but as far as if he's playing well and Penix comes back, I think it's Tua's job to lose, whether he come back healthy or not.
And that's why I say it's a win-win for the Falcons, no matter what. Because if Tua come in here and say, you know what, I'm trying to revamp my career. I'm sorry, but if Tua come in here and play lights out, I don't see the Falcons being the Minnesota Vikings and allowing him to leave.
But my thing is, okay, I know there's a there's always a possibility of him aggravating his injury to his head. I know that. But he didn't it wasn't a factor when they came to play us. None of those injuries were matter of fact, he maybe he was auditioning for the Falcons in a way. I'm just saying. Because he came to Atlanta and showed out on us with one eye and a headache. So I think I right now I think it's a good move. I think we the coaches need to just play it by ear. Don't commit either way. Just go with the hot hand and just let it play out. But from a fan standpoint, individually, going back and forth to the games or whatever, I'm hoping that the plan is more than just to do the tryouts for the team for the next season. I'm coming either way, but I want it to work out a little bit better than that. Just to say, well, okay, this season right here is not a tank season, but it's possibly a bridge season as a whole. For all of the new players and the new regime and all of that. But
Yeah,
I'm not.
and I
That's a hope, not an
understand,
expectation.
and like I don't see how people would say, well, the Falcons we're not trying to be competitive in 2026. I feel like if we would have brought in Joe Flacco, there was no way we were showing that we were trying to be competitive. We were just bringing in somebody familiarly with Kevin Stefanski offense. In, in my opinion, I feel like if we would have brought in Tua, Kyler Murray, Jimmy G, Carson Wentz, somebody who is still fighting for a starting job and not just a paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? Like we know if we would have brought in Joe Flacco, it was going to be for one season, and whatever happens, happens. Whether it's a top 10 pick or we make it to the playoffs, there was going to be no emphasis on winning in 2026 if we would have brought in Joe Flacco, in my opinion. Bringing in Tua, this lights a fire under everybody's tail. This puts the league on notice that we ain't just finna be the same run amok that we been the last 5, 6 years. We're coming in here to compete with a different vision. And if you get in the way, then you just gonna get ran over. I don't see the Falcons playing no more. Like just off the moves we made in free agency, they are putting it where if either one of these quarterbacks is the quarterback, we're gonna be able to compete. But the ATL 251 says, what if tours get hits good one good time during preseason, then we're going to be without the quarterback? That can be any quarterback. That can happen to any quarterback. What if we decide to go with Michael Penix and he get hurt again? God forbid. But it's like
Y'all with me.
2026.
Nah, but what he's saying
Y'all,
is
y'all
he's
with me.
saying, okay, let's say Michael Penix ain't ready week 1. So you got to trot Tua out there, but in preseason, Tua gets hurt. Then you're without either quarterback to start the year. Then what are you doing?
Why y'all wishing bad luck already? I mean, let them play first.
Like, like I understand the injury history, but we got to sit here and be honest. How many quarterbacks we done seen in the last 4 or 5 years get hit one time and get injured, and they done for the season? Like right now, you got Joe Burrow, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Michael Penix Jr., you got JJ McCarthy. They're all coming back from injury. Shout out to Big Low Country. Welcome on the show, Bo.
What in the world, Bo? What's going on with y'all?
What's up, Big
Well,
Low?
Pretty good.
Big low, big low.
Talking about these Falcons quarterback crossroads.
Oh man.
And
I know he know
where we're
about
at right
Crossroads.
now, we got Tua up one path. We got Michael Penix Jr. down one path, and the third path is if it don't work and we blow it up and draft a quarterback. What's your thoughts on this, Bo?
Well, I mean, I think, in all honesty, this is the best situation we've been in as far as the quarterback room since I would say maybe 2019. Um, I mean, you got Tua, who's what 28, Michael Penix 25. Both of them are more than capable of getting the job done. You're gonna have a legitimate competition, and if it doesn't work, I wonder what old Arch Man is doing in 2027.
Arch Manning.
Man, think about it. 2027, we can have any type of quarterback that we
So you
want.
sure can.
You can
Sure
have
can.
whatever you like.
Come on now.
It is a good situation, low though. Seriously, it's
Yeah,
a cheap option. And who's to say he don't come out here and ball out? I mean, you
And
exactly.
if
want
he,
us to be on
come
the
on now.
well at the same because it's like the Falcons ain't finna go down sitting down and not win. I think I like what Stefanski is doing with we got to have clear competition across the board.
Exactly.
Right. And
And think
if he
about this
ball
as
out,
well.
and if
And
he
think
ball
about
out,
this. Oh, I'm sorry.
oh no, below you go right ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, brother. I was just gonna say, and think about this. Let's say Tua does come in and ball out. It's one of those situations where you could turn around and franchise tag him next year to see if it's really real or not, and then make your decision in 2028.
Exactly. And to add on to what Big Low said, this is just helps Michael Penix Jr. with his development. You already got your left-handed quarterback in the building. If Tua coming here and be successful, we can look at this like the Atlanta Packers. The same way they did with Aaron Rodgers, the same way they did with Jordan Love, we already got our quarterback in hand if Tua comes in here and be successful. It's a no-brainer.
Where you kind of want Tua to ball out because it would help finish more if he balled out. It give him time to get prepared and get more training, and then
Exactly.
next year when you do come out, you 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 have a guy who got a lot of training, and you feel more comfortable with him. So it's good to have this Tua here.
Think about what Minnesota little would have looked like if they would have retained Sam Darnold after going 14-3 the season prior. You are developing your young quarterback in JJ McCarthy. Your GM don't get fired for doing the most boneheaded decision that you can do. You went 14-3 from being a top 10 draft pick, and you let him walk out the building for nothing. Then he went to the next team and did the same thing and won the Super Bowl. I don't see Atlanta allowing that to transpire here if Tua comes in here and just blows the doors off the place.
I can add to that too. Kind of look at the defense last year. Them boys was hungry. You could see it on the field. They was showboating and happy to get these sacks in. When you put in good competition, they're going to step it up because they don't want nobody else to take that damn job. So it's more of who's going to be the better player at the time. So I feel that watching Tua, say he do stay healthy. I would love to see it on the winning side because then it's like, you know what? Even we did kind of put him in a situation where he kind of get a little bit of touch time. It's better than coming up on we're 20 point for something like that. And he got to come and save the team. It's more like, okay, I can just come in and get a couple of reps in, get my practice on. Be a good, practice squad player for the time being, where it helps our quarterback room for one thing, as well as it makes it just, to me, winning makes the fans happy. It makes the players happy because of the energy that it brings, and they're going to want to push harder. They want to work harder versus, oh, here we go again. Now, it's just like they're not motivated. You can try to hype up a team all you want to, but when we're on the lower end of the spectrum, people is like, I don't care. I'm just here for a paycheck after that. So I want them to play hard. I want them to be competitive and look at like who would be the starting quarterback for the remainder of the season. That's how I look at it.
And
Make
Okay,
it
then
like
so
you come back and
let me
take
ask
that job.
everybody a question. Okay, so let me ask everybody a question. Since Tua is healthy right now and coming into training camp, player voluntary workouts, healthy, if Michael Penix isn't healthy, if Tua comes in as the starting quarterback, are y'all looking for Tua to start partial games, like 4 to 6 games, or are you, if he being named the starter, are you looking for him to start the whole season?
If Michael don't play OTAs or training camp, I did say guaranteed two of the starter because I
Okay,
mean, how you gonna have competition and you're not there?
okay. What's your thoughts on that, Dirty Bird Fly Through?
I mean, look, yeah, if Penix ain't available for training camp, he ain't available for preseason. You know, Tua will probably be starting week one because you're not going to have a situation where, especially with a new system, a new playbook, a new coaching staff, all that, you're going to essentially just have this dude learning on the fly, you know, week one. No, you're going to send Tua out there for a couple weeks, but that's where the concern comes back in. And I get that it could happen to any quarterback, but with Tua, you gotta understand there is an increased level of risk because of the past injuries, just as there is with Michael Penix.
So are you looking for Tua to come in partial season, or if he's the starter to start the full 2026 season?
That that
Like,
that's where that's where honestly I can't tell you definitively, but what I would probably think happens is I think this is going to be the fifth straight season where we're going to have more than one starting quarterback.
okay,
Well,
Cowboy, Atlanta Fox pandemic. What's your thought on this?
Hey, what's up, guys? How everybody doing? Hey, Queen, what's going on? So look,
Hello.
this is exactly what it is. It's a true quarterback competition for that starting role, but it's also more than a competition, right? It's one of those moves that the administration thought out, right? And it affects more than just the quarterback. You're looking at the wide receivers and the offensive line, how they whether they playing under Penix or whether they're playing under Tua, they're maintaining the same blocking scheme, the same passing angles. Like I said, regardless of who is under the center. But for Tua, it's just a 1 year bet minimum. I mean, it's an almost no brainer, almost no cap hit to their money. So, and it's just a matter of waiting to see who actually pulls ahead in his quarterback race, because Ian Cunningham came out and said that Michael Penix is not being handed the job. He has to come in and work to get it, because truth be told, Michael Penix has no ties to this current regime. And we
Right.
talked about this even before Raheem got fired, even before Terry Fontenot got gone, when everybody was first talking about both of them need to go, that this is what we have to look for. You know, the total disruption of everything that we as fans want to see going forward into the future. But you know, when a general manager comes in and then you come in and bring his own head coach, you might as well scrap whatever the previous regime brought in, whatever vision they had, whatever thought they had at the quarterback position. You may as well scrap it. Everybody's starting over from day one. Now,
And
what we
remember,
have,
this is what some fans wanted.
yeah,
They didn't want Michael Penix to be handed the job. They
right,
wanted some type of competition. So
mm-hmm,
now we got solid competition. We got very good competition
right.
for
Now,
Michael
what's going to
Penix
have to happen
Jr.
is, and I see what Chandler is aiming at. What's going to have to happen is we're going to have to find that quarterback 3, just in case as a safety net. Because truth be told, Tua is fragile. You know, I'm surprised he's still playing, to be honest with you. But we do have to find that quarterback 3 just in case, because right now that we're like the handicap room of the quarterback of the league right now. So I mean, both of these guys got handicaps that can possibly take them back out of the season. So we have to
Yeah.
find another guy that can come in and at least, and sad be told, it probably is not another left-handed quarterback out here of these two calibers right here. But we do have to find another quarterback that can come in and at least carry on for the rest of the season if, you know, something happens. You hate to think the worst. but you do have
You
to
got
prepare.
Cole Payton in the draft.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about even before then. Now, 2027, I'm thinking we are going quarterback in the 2027 if none of these guys pan out. But we still have to prepare for it. We want to be reactive and not. I mean, we want to be proactive and not reactive, right? So we want to be on the side of that we are ready, not get ready because we have to be ready or get ready or something bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Man, they're gonna have on the door to the quarterback room, Flowery Branch. They're gonna have the handicap sign on it.
well, Tua only get hurt when you have a bad offensive line, and we got a better line here. And when he do them, when he do run out of the pocket head first, if he learn how to slide better, he won't be hitting his head. So those two things that get him injured: running head first and bad offensive line.
Yeah. Now here's the thing about Tua too in Miami last season. He still took hits. So it has to be, I'm not gonna say a special kind of hit, but at the same time, he did take hits last season, even got sacked a lot. I mean,
Yes.
he's fragile, but it's gonna take a
They
certain
have a bad offensive line.
so hopefully this is gonna be a move. I mean, it was a better move than going with Kyler Murray, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it will be something that have to be one of those type hits that you know almost bring you out of your seat as a fan that would take Tua out. Now that's the worst case scenario right now. If Tua takes a hit and it takes him out for the rest of the season and we still have to pay him. But like I said, it's a very low cap hit. Very low. So I mean
1.2.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some performance clauses in that contract.
And
So
what we're paying him is the least of it.
yeah, exactly.
Like that's the only good thing, in my opinion, that I really see from this.
Yeah.
That and the consistency of the offense, because you bring in Kyler Murray, that put us in the same situation we was in with Kirk Cousins. You're gonna consistently have to flip the offense, flip the scheme, flip the protections, depending on who the quarterback is. Luckily for us, if it pans out, the team and the offense has been going through the scheme and the progressions the same way all off season. It hasn't changed one time just because it was a different starter quarterback.
Yeah. Now the best case scenario for this quarterback for Michael Penix and Tua, that they make it absolutely hard for Kevin Stefanski to come up to make a decision on who he wants to start. Because who knows, Tua might come in here and have the time of his life. He may have so much fun that he makes it very hard for Michael Penix to even be considered. This might be his second win, shall I say? Because I mean,
so what you're saying is Tua could come up in here and discover Magic City, and that could change everything for him.
hey, it has happened.
Everybody wrote off Sam Darnold and they wrote off Baker Mayfield before he went to the Buccaneers. It's possible.
Yeah.
Nobody thought that Sam Darnold was going to be the quarterback to go 28-6 over 2 years and win the Super Bowl.
Hey, Magic City didn't work for Kirk Cousins, but it may just work for Tua. I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, like if you think about the circumstances that are presented, like let's read the tea leaves, right? So Michael Penix, every time he's getting interviewed, what is Michael Penix saying? Oh, I'm gonna be ready week 1. I'm gonna be ready come training camp. Oh, like he was saying this in January and February. Like, oh, I know I'm gonna be ready.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Kevin Stefanski's situation. What was everybody saying about Kevin Stefanski? They say he plays with the quarterbacks too much. They say, hey, we don't know if you know how to handle the quarterback situation. So if Tua, who has like a completion percent like 68%, I think Michael Penix is like 58. If Tua comes in, who's already healthy, who's ran a scheme and a system like this before, most likely, I put it to you like this: he has a really good chance to win the job. If Michael Penix is healthy by week 4, like completely ready to go, do you really think Kevin Stefanski gonna take Michael Penix out if we 3-1?
Nope.
Come on now.
You're gonna
I feel
roll.
that way. Either quarterback, if they are saying, you know what, we're gonna play Tua for 6 games until Penix is ready. If we're 6-0, 5-1, 4-2, why?
Hello.
Right.
Now,
That's where I'm at with it. Let's just if it comes on where Tua is pretty damn good, I wouldn't bring Penix in at all. That's just me. Because like who
Exactly.
was it? Who said it? Fandemic. I think he said it earlier. I think that was Fandemic. I forgot. But he was saying that this regime has no ties to Michael Penix. So they don't
Exactly.
honestly have to commit to this man.
No.
And we can look into the next draft of great quarterbacks. And it's like you said, it's kind of a good situation where we're not overpaying another quarterback currently. And we can maybe draft another just for, keepsake for just a little bit, just to see what happens with Michael Penix. But we can honestly, we don't have to have Michael Penix. We can get our next quarterback in 2027. Let's just
Exactly.
put that, somebody that's less injury prone and where we have to take a gamble on. It's just where I'm at with it. I'm not.
I completely
I'm not
agree,
loyal
man.
to just one player. I'd rather it work
Exactly.
out in our favor that we can go in and get another good quarterback we can develop from the start with the new regime.
Yeah.
Look, think about it like this, y'all. We're not buying this house. We're just renting it out for a couple of years.
that's a good look.
Right.
We're not buying this house. We're renting it out for a couple of years to hope the interest rates go down by 2027, 2028.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, because just like Maggie said, like this regime doesn't owe Michael Penix nothing.
Yeah.
And think about it like this: what's this? We're going into his third year. Let's say Tua comes in and we make a good little playoff run, and we got $150 million, and we got a whole bunch of draft picks. Guess
Mhm.
what's going to happen? Tua's a trade. Penix is a trade candidate.
Mhm.
There's going to be somebody who's saying, "Hey, I need a quarterback. What y'all doing with Michael Penix over there?"
Man, since it sound like the Patriot way, don't it, Big Law?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Sounds like a Jimmy Garoppolo situation.
Yeah. Hey man, I would have took him too.
Yes. But this is what we should have did instead of getting Kirk Cousins. To be completely honest with you.
Right.
Well, big low. We remember you on the news 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my first cousin, but he's my third now.
Twice removed.
But y'all
That's
still,
right.
hey, there's still a little bit of relation.
Yeah. But I
Oh,
gotta tell you though, the way it looks, that and looking at Kevin Stefanski's system, right? I'm looking at it as the vision is not for Michael Penix or Tua to come in here and like be superheroes. I think they just need to be that quarterback, that distributor, that orchestrator, to make those decisions. And because if you look at the receiver that we brought in, right? We brought in people who we know that could run good routes and get open. What's his name? That we got back from Cleveland, Zacchaeus. We brought him. We know he can get open. Great, fantastic number 3. Then we got Hooper. We got him back at tight end. We know he can get open 500-600 yards a season. We know he can get open. I don't know a whole lot about Jahan Dotson in Philly, but I watching his footage. He gets open. Then on top of that, yards after catch. It's almost like a mini Julio. I'm not saying he do Julio type catches, but his yards after the catch. So it's all about taking the pressure off that quarterback and the vision for Bijan to have a 2,200 yard season. Maybe look, I might be stretching it. 2,000 yard season. I'll just say 2,000. But
Can I ask a question about the I'm just wondering because we're bringing back older players from previous regimes. Does it say something about the fact that maybe that our GM and head coach felt like they were let go for, they shouldn't have been let go? Or what do you feel about that?
I think they were looking at the upside of what they had available to pick from and what team expressed interest in. Because like when Hooper became available, it was so much interest in him, they couldn't help but go that route. And it just so happened that Cleveland won out. And if you remember when Hooper got let go, a lot of fans went crazy. They were like, "What in the world are we thinking?" Because remember we lost what's the name to the Steelers? We forgot what his name is. But we did the same thing with him. You know, we let him go at a point where like, wait a minute, we thought we hit this guy was our tight end. You know,
you ain't talk about Jonnu, you talk about CP.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Jonnu. I'm talking about Jonnu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now Jonnu went down to Miami.
Yeah, he went down to Miami. I'm saying he playing in Pittsburgh now.
Yeah,
but,
he did. Yeah,
there anymore. But we acted the same way when he left because we're like, wait a minute, why are we going through this tight end carousel, opening up one door, shut another one to open it up again with these tight ends? Just get our tight end and run with it. But I think with the past regime was that they were looking at trade options, much like what this regime is going to do with this team right here, this first year team that we got. Who's going to stand out? Who's going to make their point known that they're going to be that on this team in 2027? Because really and truly, I think the only person on this team safe is Bijan. I think right now everybody is expendable. I mean,
well, Drake is safe too.
I don't know.
Man, they're gonna end up paying Drake.
They're gonna pay him, but I don't know if he's safe. Because there are a lot of
if they pay him, he's safe.
Yeah, but I think that if it came down to it, if somebody offered something for Drake, especially if Atlanta seeks to get back into the first round, they may do a player.
Man, you are.
Oh no,
they are
not.
Got
to be some first round draft picks involved. If you're gonna trade Drake, it got to be something like a multiple first type trade.
Yeah, you wouldn't take that.
And you better give me your number one too.
But I feel like if you're gonna trade away Drake, you ain't trading away
a top 10 receiver, bro.
You taking away one of the reasons Stefanski chose Atlanta.
So
trading away Drake.
Yeah, true. But if a team comes in here and offer you a chance to get back into the first round with an additional first round pick, you would not take it.
I'll take it in a heartbeat.
There are some teams like they're desperate enough for a wide receiver right now at this moment. It just so happen that this draft is deep with wide receivers.
So you talking about the first round this year and the first round next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that all day.
But like I said, that's not saying Stefanski is entertaining that. It's just saying that the possibilities are out there.
Well, he definitely is a draft man. He's definitely a draft pick guy. So he's going to do whatever he needs to do to make sure we have additional picks. I can tell you that.
I mean, he already did what he said we was going to do. He said this is going to be the last year we're going to have 5 draft picks. And as of right now, we got 10 for 2027.
Yeah. And that's not get it twisted. We don't have we only have a different general manager in name only. But Terry Fontenot and Ian Cunningham are one and the same. They draft the same. They consider that money.
I don't know about that one, Cowboy. I don't know about that one.
There's some differences now.
I don't know because you got to look at it from the Terry aspect. Terry only learned one way to work: to hide the money and to draft. Ian, he got to see it from 3 different perspectives, being with the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Bears. You saw 3 different directions that was successful. 2 of them ended up in the Super Bowl. 1 of them, you damn near made it to the NFC Championship.
Yeah. The only thing that sets them apart was Terry Fontenot was more willing to gamble. Yeah. That's the only thing that sets them apart. But they are one and the same person. They came up, they drafted the same. If you look at their the way that they draft in the past, how they came up, they did the exact same route. Both of them came out as scouts. They scouted the same players. They entertained the same players first when it came to drafting. They came up the exact same way. The only thing was that set Terry apart was Terry was willing to take more of a gamble. And only
Terry will get stuck on a player. You heard what he said. Once I'm in love with a player.
This is what sets him apart. IC has a plan, and he's going to stick to it. Terry had plans, but he was always changing and going back and forth. He was never able to put full confidence in a plan.
Let's add to why they had to bring the consulting team in here. The first question was what pretty much was the direction of the where everybody headed in this team direction. Nobody
Exactly.
gave an answer for that. That says a whole lot.
Yeah. When in any corporation, when you see something going crazy like what happened with Terry and the administration, they're going to go out and find outside help. They're going to find some other advice because clearly he wasn't getting it from I call him Big Play McKay and Terry Fontenot. He was Blank was at a loss because I mean he don't know football. He knows soccer and baseball, but he don't know football. So he typically bought a corporation. So he had to go look for outside help. And when Terry Fontenot did what he did in the draft, he thought that was like all part of the game until he made that pick. He he'll sign Kirk Cousins all that money and then turn around and pick an eighth quarterback at the eighth pick.
But I think they all was involved.
That was something crazy. So
when it comes to the Kirk Cousins situations, that's when there was Arthur Blank didn't know how to tell Rich McKay, hey, that ain't a good idea. Hey, we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that. So I agree with Miss Maggie T. Bringing in the consulting firm that really helped him break those bridges and see it from the outside looking in. Because if not, we would have just been going through the same thing that we have been going through these past 5-6 seasons when it came to Rich McKay leading the business and the football side of things. It was too much intertwingling, integrating between the both to where there wasn't any leverage. Like we couldn't just have somebody strictly focused on football, somebody strictly focused on the business. Every football decision has something to do with the business and vice versa. It seemed like as we're looking at it now, the business was put over the production that was put on the field in a way. As long as they were selling tickets and selling merchandise and stuff like that, everything was fine. But now we're looking at it like the play on the field got to match the business.
Well, I agree with you to a certain extent on that. But what Terry Fontenot was at the helm, the only thing that did not work for him was getting the right people to bring in the right system for this team. Because Raheem and what is our OC last year?
Zach Robinson.
Zach Robinson. They clearly didn't have the answer. We saw it. We had the team on the field. On paper, we got the team.
But they did. They went away from it. They came in here thinking that bringing in Kirk Cousins was going to be Matthew Stafford going to the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And when they decided, you know what, if Kirk Cousins say he can play, he can play. And that's when this whole thing went downhill. That's when you lost the luxury of having a backup plan on your roster just in case Kirk Cousins don't work. Because now you got to rush his development. You got to rush him on the field. Now you got to switch everything. You don't have a whole offseason to transition to your new left-handed quarterback. You can do this in the same season. And we didn't do it once. We did it twice.
Yeah. And what's going to be different about Ian Cunningham is he has to go through and gain picks back that Terry Fontenot has lost. But they actually draft and research players the same. They came up under the same people pretty much.
No, Terry Fontenot came up strictly under the Saints.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as far as you know how they have like a coaching tree. They have the same thing when it comes to scouts and GMs, and they pretty much came up under the same people.
The crazy thing is that Terry Fontenot, Ian Cunningham, he's kind of having to deal with the same thing Terry Fontenot had to deal with. One thing that I've learned, is like you have to look at the patterns. And one thing that I've learned that is if you have a GM who trades back up into the first round, that joker finna get fired. Now, we done seen it happen the last 2 times. Thomas Armstrong traded back in the first, that joker got fired. Sterry traded back in the first, he got fired. But every time the new GM is like, they always have to deal with the old GM's mess. Like Terry Font, I know he made his last meal and he didn't clean the dishes before he left.
Yeah.
And now Ian Cunningham has to deal with it. And
Yeah.
hopefully, and look, getting all these efficient signings for these great prices is definitely to our benefit. But I think just the way that he's handling free agency, it's showing that the team uh, is really rounding the corner. Like the statement that he made is saying that our floor just raised. That's huge because we hadn't had depth in a very very long time.
Mm-hmm. So what
Yeah.
y'all think about the wide receiver room? Y'all think we're gonna draft one or two wide receivers, or after the draft bring in another free agent wide receiver?
I think we're going to draft. We got to have a good solid two. So I think we will draft another wide receiver. That's one of our top priorities, I feel. Quarterback as well, but yeah, definitely wide receiver. I feel that we will draft. I want to go
Yeah,
younger, I feel. Get younger and bigger.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Go a
actually
little
wide
mooney.
receiver. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You go ahead, brother.
Wide receiver is actually my second point. I think as far as going into the draft, I think defensive tackle need to be the highest
Hmm.
priority. Although we have brought in a lot, I still think we need to bring in that one other guy. Because it's a lot of them to choose from. So I think we should be able to grab one, and then wide receiver at 2, and maybe an offensive lineman or a linebacker at the number 3 spot.
Part of me think that we might draft the right tackle because I understand Caleb McGarrett set out the whole season, but this team still ain't came out and said where is Caleb in his off season, in his rehab. Like we still haven't heard nothing on him or Storm.
Yeah, yeah. They must be on pace to be back because we only brought in one offensive lineman so far.
That's
Yep,
how I
and that
feel.
was a center.
Didn't feel that they was going to hold on to him. They would have went on ahead and let him go because
Yeah,
they don't have a last season film on him or anything like that. So it's like kind of the Penix situation, and we don't have a loyalty for this player.
Yeah,
So I feel like he's probably on board, and that's just what they're going with. He'll be here for training camp day one.
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I still feel like we're gonna trade Kyle Pitts. Honestly,
Man, listen,
I hope.
part of me feel like in a way that could happen. Would I want it to happen? No, just to see what he can do in his offense. But part of me just feel like it's a possibility. You trade Kyle Pitts and then go bring in David Njoku, because that's gonna put 16 million back on your books.
yes sir, yes sir. I I I got I have this feeling in my gut that come draft night, that second day, we're gonna make a trade. We're gonna trade Kyle Pitts, and it's like I keep hearing like whispers about us being connected to Njoku. I'm like, why would we be connected to Njoku while we still have Austin Hooper and Charlie Warner on the depth chart? You know, I just got a feeling, bro.
Yeah,
Then Ian Cunningham also talked about how he considers draft picks as capital. I mean, that's the man said last time they started off with 5 picks and they ended with 10. You gotta get them picks from somewhere.
yeah.
I hate to say it. I mean, I feel like it might be Kyle Pitts or it could very well be Jesse Bates, bro.
I agree with you, Lo. I mean, it's
I definitely feel like Jesse Bates could
it,
be a possibility to be traded.
You
yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
But I can see them keeping him because if you trade away Jesse, we ain't got many veterans on defense.
I know it.
Like I'm talking about like players over the 5 year mark. We won't have a lot of those if we release Jesse. So I feel like having that veteran experience, but I can see a playoff team like the 49ers, the Seahawks, who just lost Kobe Bryant to the Bears, I believe. They could be looking at a safety. They got a first round draft pick like Jesse Bates would be very somebody would really want Jesse if they are a playoff Super Bowl contending team. I don't see it just being anybody, but a team who feel like they are in the race. I can see them trading for Jesse. Will it be a first round draft pick? I don't know.
It probably won't be a first round. And like you said, the team that come and express interest in Jesse, they'll be looking for that best player available for their team. But I think most of the teams right now are looking for people that they can draft, and develop as far as that safety position. There are a lot of safeties available in the draft. Quite a few of them perform very well in the combine too. A couple of them made a name for themselves. But it's going to be interesting to see what we do.
Because if we didn't have Jesse here, you don't get that development of Xavier Watts. You don't allow him to take that next step right then and there his rookie season without a Jesse Bates. The same with Billy Bowman. Because if you didn't have Jesse Bates, you forced Billy Bowman as safety. When that healthy, that man can be a dog. That man could be one of the top nickelbacks in the league.
Yeah. Xavier, he just seemed like he out there having fun now. So I mean, that can only help Jesse. Take some of that pressure off Jesse to go out there and make plays, or either take more chances because he got Xavier back there. Now Xavier, he's coming to his own now. He's ready.
And I can see what folks saying. Jesse and Xavier are both free safeties. Me personally, I like having two free safeties because it range. You can flip the defense at any moment because both of them know how to play the position. And like Jesse, yes, being close to the perimeter, trying to go for the interception and stuff, but I feel like that's what made the defense take a pop this past season. I feel like one of the letdowns was the defense, was the offense. The offense couldn't sustain drives or at least put points on the board to give defense time to catch their breath. Because think about it, there was plenty of time the defense would win the field of position, get us the ball back, then give up no points, and the offense would go right back out there 3 plays in less than 2 minutes, and we're punting the ball. Or we're turning the ball over in horrible field position.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
That's what's going to be. Hopefully that's what's going to be different this season. Because if you look at and consider Tua and Penix, if Tua starts, you can expect for the pace to be fast, like a point guard type of offense, and not Tua looking to do so much. With Penix, it's going to be the same system, but with Penix, they get to utilize his arm strength.
Mm-hmm.
Take advantage more.
It's going to be more vertical passes down the field.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Shout out to the man, Wolf. Welcome to the show, big dog.
There he is.
Wolf.
Big Wolf.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Hey, man, y'all out here making me YouTube famous, man. I got a star-studded lineup tonight. Hold up now.
Look here.
Man, no. I'm a nobody, man. I'm the worst.
Stop it.
I'm a nobody.
Hey, Jordan, text your boy Maggie. Hey, Maggie gonna see you that invoice tomorrow. You gonna get that invoice.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Maggie, the famous one.
I'm nobody, man. Don't listen to whatever I gotta say because I'm one of the most hated. Don't listen to me, man.
What's going on with you, Wolf? So tell me what you think about these quarterback crossroads?
Yeah,
and what the Atlanta Falcons got on their hand.
It ain't no competition, man. It's all Penix all day. It ain't no competition, bro.
Okay.
That's podium talk. You know what I'm saying? That's like you gotta, when you gotta sell a fight like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, you gotta sell the fight. It ain't no fight really though. You know what's gonna happen.
I don't know, Wolf. I can't rock with you on that one, bro.
No, I feel you. Listen, that's just me. I'm Team Penix. You feel me? And the reason why I'm Team Penix is because Tua already got $99 million in the bag. I'm as a human being, I want Michael Penix also to get that bag. As a human being, I want him to get the chance to get the bag. Shit. You got Malik Willis got $64 million, bro, and we drafted a quarterback, Desmond Ridder. He out the league. He didn't even get a chance to get the bag. You feel what I'm saying? As a human being, I'm saying.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Wolf. Like, look,
Mhm.
I'm definitely for young men getting their money,
Yeah.
but I just want to win.
I listen, but
I
that's
just
a,
want to
but
win.
that's I get that conversation, but that wasn't the question that was asked. You feel me? I want to win too. You know what I'm saying? I want to win too, but that ain't the conversation. That ain't the question that was asked. He asked me, "You got to sell a fight." That's podium talk. Ian Cunningham is probably a better Vince McMahon than a Terry Fontenot was Vince McMahon. You got to sell a fight, and Terry wasn't selling no fights. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't selling no fights. Now you get like for me, I like when people say that, but ain't no like you go to the Miami content creators. Name me one Miami content creator because I pay attention to all of them, all content creators, all 32 teams. Name me one of them that was upset that Tua left. I'll wait.
There was a few.
I'll wait. Give me names. Give me names. Don't tell me it's a
I
few.
don't know
Give
their
me
names. I've
names.
seen the shorts of some crying at Tua,
Give
and
me
Tua got
names.
released.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me names. That's important.
I mean,
Yeah.
so all right, so you mentioned that. It's like, so if we keep it a buck, Wolf, I
Yeah.
mean,
Let's not
a lot of them
stutter. Let's not stutter.
a lot
Let's
of
not
them Miami
stutter.
content creators, they don't know what winning looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
I
did
mean,
a short that just been posted. Got over 1,000 likes on it.
Okay,
And it was about
you say they don't know what winning looked like, or was their expectations a lot more when they thought they had the team that they had? Because they went to the playoffs against the Chiefs and they got railroaded, right? They ran into a buzzsaw against Kansas City. I think anybody would have lost in Kansas City in that game in that cold weather and stuff like that. I think anybody would have lost. But they had success as a team, as a winning team. Now,
how long ago? That was like 2-3.
well, but again, though, country, you just told me you said you wanted to win, right?
I just want to win.
Okay.
I'm like,
The Atlanta Falcons, when you come up with a
in the menace to
sentence,
society. I
when
just
you
want to
come
win.
up with a sentence of losing, it's the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons for a second. It's the New York Jets first and the Atlanta Falcons second.
Yeah.
Every other team has been to the playoffs in the past decade, but the Falcons and the Jets. So Miami's had success.
I mean, did they really? They went to the playoffs and lost?
Well, compared to us.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
You asked me a question. I'm telling you, they've had success. Even the Cleveland Browns, with Stefanski, had success within the decade.
Right. I would say Miami showed flashes that they could win. Because
flashes they could win, but they have success.
Them people want.
I mean, you get a job interview, but you ain't get the job.
But I understand that. But you said, have they had winning success? Then they have had winning success in the past decade. See, country, me personally, I go off of 10. I'll go off of every 10 years, because again, like that's how I look at things. In the past 10 years, the Falcons have not been successful at all. Nothing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we haven't.
Right. So when you look at other teams, it's the New York Jets, number one. The Falcons are number two. You are mentioned with the New York Jets, and that's not good at all.
Right. I completely agree.
That's not good at all. So when you get to Cleveland, and then you get to Jacksonville, and then you get to Miami, or you get to some of these teams, even the Arizona Cardinals have had success in the past 10 years. Let me say that one more time. Even the Arizona Cardinals have had success in the past decade.
But when's the last time Miami went on a deep playoff run?
But see, you're moving the goalpost. That's not the question. You said
well, I guess my definition of success is different than yours. Because
right.
I mean, my definition of success is being a contender.
Right. But if you
so it's like, when's the last time they had a deep playoff run?
But I get you. But listen, when the last time I could say the same thing? When the last time we had a deep playoff run? It's coming on a decade.
What was that, 2017?
Yeah, it's coming on a decade.
Yeah, it's been long. So
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like
As
we're basically in the same. We're basically in the same boat as the Dolphins.
For me personally, I'm Team Penix. You feel me? That's why I'm Team Penix. I don't care about Tua. I don't care about none of the recycled players. Maggie, did I not go on your show and told you it's a bunch of recyclable players coming in here?
Right. Yes, and you did. I'm going to blow it as well. It's like I don't care how we get it, but goddamn it, do us how to keep on Minecraft healthy and make us get to the playoffs. I don't give a damn.
Same energy everywhere I go. I don't switch up no conversations, no nothing. I never used a piece of gum, spit it out on the floor, and picked it back up. I ain't never done that, Maggie. I've never done that. It's certain things that you recycle, and there's certain things that you shouldn't recycle. And it's a lot of recycling going on with the Falcons. And there's been a lot of recycling with the Falcons for a long time.
That's true.
This is just my opinion. You feel me? But for me, ain't no competition, man. I'm going Mike all the way. Michael Penix is my guy. I ain't ducking no smoke. I'm going Michael Penix all the way.
So I'm gonna ask you this question. So what happens if Michael Penix is, just don't pan out?
I don't think that's a possibility, in my opinion. I don't think so.
No, but she said, "What if it happens?" Well, she asked you if it was a possibility. Okay. She said, "What if it happens?"
If it happens, then you know what I'm saying. I guess you're gonna be drafting a new quarterback in the next draft.
Yep.
So
we definitely our quarterback.
Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean. So I'm not seeing where if Tua gonna take the job for Mike or Mike gonna lose the job to Tua. I don't see that. That's not the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? I think that obviously, you know what I'm saying, sometimes the NFL is how the ball bounces. I think the ball bounced in Malik Willis's favor. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really see too much for the kid to get $64 million, but that's what the market is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what the market is. So I'm like, damn,
and it also helped that the GM and the head coach came from Green Bay.
Yeah. And then you know what I'm saying? Like Daniel Jones, he was like, nah, I don't want $100 million. I want 150 coming off of ACL. But that's just the market, the way the NFL is working right now. You got a lot of guys that in the NFL that, they might have 4 good games, 5 good games.
But see, I look at the Daniel Jones situation, just like the Tua situation. Everybody was writing Daniel Jones off, but they was also saying that the Colts was a quarterback away. The same thing about Tua. They was writing Tua off, but they saying that the Falcons is a quarterback away. And then Daniel Jones went in there and did his job, even though he got hurt. He showed Indianapolis, I'm y'all missing piece. We had a top offense. We was winning the division, and we could have had first place in the playoffs if I didn't get hurt.
I don't know. I just like to hear Mike talking, man. Mike got a lot of swagger. I'm Mike, man. Mike be in the mud. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of my issue. Mike talking too much.
Yeah, no, I get it, but you know what I'm saying. If like you said, if my job is on the line, country, I'm gonna do all the talking in the world.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do.
No, if my job's on the line, I don't got to talk.
I feel,
but that take us back to the point of bringing in Tua instead of a Joe Flacco. You bringing in a Joe Flacco, I'm not worried about my job. I'm gonna go through it. I'm just gonna go through the motions. But you bring in a Tua, a proven quarterback with a winning record in the NFL. Oh, I might got to look over my shoulder the same way Kirk Cousins was looking over his shoulder with Michael Penix.
Well, with that too, bringing in a Flacco, you still coming out of a whole bunch of money, and that's not what Ian trying to do. He's trying to build this thing up to where he can hit this draft. 2027.
It's a lot of upside to a lot of the guys that he brought in. There's a lot of upside, but there's a lot of recycling to it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of upside. You know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I totally agree with Country. He just want to win.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I don't care. Listen, look, I don't care if Doug Flutie back there. I don't care if Doug Flutie or Jamarcus Russell or whoever you want to call to be the quarterback. You got to go win 9 games, bro. You got to go win 9, 10 games. That's what you got to go do. because all the teams in the NFC South got so much pressure. Todd Bowles ain't sleeping. Motherfucker, Dave Canales and them boys over there, man, they don't even know if they want to pay Bryce $60 million. We the only ones that keeping Bryce irrelevant in the NFL. I don't know what the Saints is doing. They spending so much money on that credit card. I ain't sure what Mickey Loomis is doing down there. I don't know if he pushing drugs for Pablo or what they doing down there. But it's so much stuff that they doing. So it's so much pressure in the NFC South, and you can't go and with an 8-winning season, 8 games. You got to win 9-10 games, bro. I don't care who back there. It could have been Flacco, Penix, Tua. You got to win 9-10 games, bro. You got to stop the cap over here, man. You know what I'm saying? You got too much talent on this team, and you wasting the talent, man. You wasted it.
Yeah, with you saying that, though, Wolf, I got a question for you. Well, actually, anybody on the panel. Now we're talking recycled players. We're talking expectations of 9 or 10 win games. Can we be competitive with what we have?
Sure.
I mean, the way we look right now, can we actually reach that goal of 9, 10 wins?
Yeah.
Yes. We could have reached it the past 2 seasons.
Look.
The roster, yes, but if not coached right, we're going to be looking exact same, especially with a lot of the offense extremely brand new over there as far as coaching and how they gel together. We got to see how that works out. Yeah. Because, we was on the fence about our head coach calling the plays, and he gave it over to the offensive coordinator. There has been times when that coach had to come back in and be like, oh, well, let me go ahead and take over the play calling. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. Lord have mercy. But I'm happy that the consulting team is still a part of the picks. They're the people that are signing and everything. They're a part of that, so we can avoid some of these issues that we did have.
Oh, so they still got Sportsology up in the building.
I don't know if it's whoever it is. It was in I think it was Stefanski's interview or something. He was saying, I think after the combine, and he was saying that that helped a lot with the selections of a lot of the players and things like that too. So
and the coaches, you couldn't just go hire nobody, buddy. Can't you bring in your homeboy because you know them? They had to have a solid track. Just look at the coaches we brought in. Yeah, they all know of each other, but they all have a solid track record at doing the job that they've been brought in here to do.
Yeah. And I would think that coaching wise, yes, but I feel like if they really want success with this consulting team, they did have to be a part of this entire process in the offseason, in my opinion. Just getting the coaches right is not enough. It's definitely bringing in the right people to fill those positions as well as far as players. If we're going to wiggle and do 1 year prove it deals, that's getting us around the cap again. Getting rid of Kirk Cousins, which should never happen, but he's playing catch up, playing makeup now.
But again, you know what I'm saying? It's again, I think it's you're gonna, as an Atlanta Falcons fan, you're gonna enjoy the season, man. They got a lot of good games. They got a lot of good people on the schedule. They got a lot of competition on the schedule. The competition is gonna be fierce. I think, Lo, you got I know you a ticket holder. You got Patrick coming to the bench. You got Lamar coming to the bench. You got Joe coming to the bench. You got I think I was looking at it before. I think it's another killer coming to the bench. I don't know if it's Herbert or Denver or one of those teams coming to the bench.
Baltimore.
You're gonna get tested. You're gonna get tested like the whole year. It's no easy games. Even when you go into Cleveland, even when you're going to travel to Cleveland, that ain't going to be an easy game. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the boys up there. I don't know what they're doing over there. Monken revamped the whole offensive line over there. He revamped the whole offensive line over there. So, you're going to get tested. This ain't one of those seasons where you can't start off losing to a field goal first game in the bench. You can't lose to a field goal. You got to pay attention to all the details, special teams. You got to make sure special teams is on point. You got to make sure that the kickoff return coverage is on point. You got to pay attention to these details because, again, we've lost so many games last season, 3 points, an extra point, 5 points, this, that, and third. Like,
coaching.
And my question is, if we were so bad, why the hell did our head coach and our offensive coordinator get another job in the NFL? If we were so bad.
Because that's what happens in the NFL, bro.
Nepotism.
Coaches, coaches, all these coaches, bro. In the small town where I live at, there's a golf course where all the coaches come and play. It's a private golf course, like 5 miles from civilization, and all the coaches and players come here. Matt Ryan comes down here all the time,
Right.
bro. All these guys know each other, and at the end of the day,
that's right off of your that's right off of your spread in the country, that golf course. Right off of
but at the end of the day, bro, it's like, look, we can mess up, we can lose our jobs, we have to go to unemployment, try to find another job. Sometimes have to take a less paying job. Not in football. In football, once you get a coaching job, you got a coaching job for life. It doesn't matter how bad you are.
Yeah. So I'm just me. I just look at things different. But listen, man, I'm not to hold you guys. I'm Team Penix all the way, man. I think.
Tell him, Wolf.
I think with a kid
Wolf,
like that.
It's all right. You get naked for Penix. That's cool. You know?
No, listen. Look, you know what I'm saying. Look, I just think the kid can just, he could play, man. It's not that he can't play. He could play. I just think that, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot of, like, when I look at the story, it might have been so many miscommunications between him and the coaches, and we thought that they were down for him. And it looked like it wasn't really down for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going against
him any favors.
Yeah. And then that's why I say it's a lot of podium talk. You know what I'm saying? Because the way Rob was talking about him and the way Zach was talking about him, you would think that they was talking to him. But then when he kind of said, yo, like, yeah, I talked to my fiance, I'm thinking I'm watching a episode of Love and Hip Hop. I'm thinking Carly Red going.
Man, you watching Love Island.
Carly Red was his girlfriend. I thought it was Jocelyn was popping up in his house or something, man. I was like, yo, nobody talking to the kid. What's going on?
Wolf, when a black man says that he's a child of God, that means that he feels like his back is up against the wall.
Come on now.
If a black man, Maggie, am I wrong? If a black man says, look, at the end of the day, I'm a child of God, that means that that means in his head, he's singing, who can I run to?
Right.
I'm telling you, and then that letter he put out, he probably heard something from within his camp saying, hey man, it's the third injury. You might need to hang it up.
Us Latinos, we say on it's not cafe because we got to get our day ready. We're the coffee because we got to get our day ready. That's what we say. So that's our backs against the wall every day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, where the coffee at? We got to get our day started. I don't know, man. I love Mike, man. I love Mike. I gave him a lot of stuff, but I gave him a lot of motivation. There's a couple of people that said that he watched my video. A couple of people that say that the video got to him through my TikTok and other stuff. And I'm trying to motivate the kid, man. I'm just trying to motivate.
Listen.
If you hold on, Chandler, if you tell me it's between Mike, Drake, and Bo, I take Mike all day over those two quarterbacks, man. Over JJ too. I take Mike all day. So that's just me.
True. But hey, man, let's go around the board. Everybody get a last thought and let the YouTube streets know where they can find you. Let's start off with you, Miss Maggie T.
Well, like I said, we got to see what this draft is gonna bring us. Free agency is I'm liking so far what's going on, but me, I'm not all about what's on paper. I like to see what's on the field at the end of the day. So a lot of talk until I see it all come into play. That's when I'll get on board. I don't know what this season is gonna bring us because we come in here optimistic every year. Because Robinson came in here and this time I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm just gonna sit and wait. I look at it, but honestly, I still feel that we do need to address the defense situation, especially with Pierce. Even though he's getting his hand just hit, a little tap on the hand. Don't do that no more, boo boo. It seems like that's what's happening because some of the bigger charges are being dropped down. So maybe off the blank and they're spending them ducats. Like, look, we might need this man.
We know.
I mean,
We know what's happening.
I mean, it's a lot more stuff happening in the field, and these players are still playing. So it's one of those. All right, don't do it again because we don't have a first round because of you. So you gonna come in and act right and get right, but I can still at least give them some mental health. A public apology to everybody. Hey, I messed up. I really want to be a great player. He's going to be playing in the league. Everybody's saying it's over with from him. I don't see that. It's a lot of things in the background that NFL does, and we know that. That's going to make you going to still be playing as an NFL player. Maybe not for us, but somewhere. That's how I look at it. But as far as finding me, you can find me at anywhere. Maggie P Productions on all social media platforms: X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Lady Birds of AFN Tuesday night, and all other places too. And run around with these kids. I got all these grown kids getting ready to graduate and go to college. I'm broke, y'all. So if y'all want to cash out me, it's ridiculous, y'all.
Congratulations. Congratulations to the kids. Thank you. Congratulations, man.
Is that right? We all in the same boat. Atlanta Falcons pandemic. Cowboy, let them know where to find you.
Oh, what's good? What's good? Guys, I just want to point out, man, everybody wants the best for Tua. Everybody wants the best for Penix, this organization, because, I mean, it's truly a rebuild season. And we talked about this, man, about getting rid of the GM, getting rid of the coach, that the expectation for the following season, keep in mind, the reality of it is there have only been like 4 teams in NFL history that was able to come back and be truly competitive, as far as playoff and Super Bowl. Only 4. Not saying we can't be the 5th, but I don't want to put that much pressure on our program. Yes, we want Stefanski to come in and do the thing. We want the quarterback situation to work itself out. But this quarterback thing with Michael Penix and Tua, I got to usually say his last name too, but we haven't had this type of quarterback battle since 2007, 2008. These are both left-handed guys, so it's going to be something different even for Kevin Stefanski. Even though he's had left-handed guys before, he has not had like the caliber of stars that we have now. So expect Tua to start the season, I think, as the starter, giving Penix even more time to heal. It all depends on how he look in camp too. But the moment Penix proves that he can, hit the field with the same accuracy as Tua, they just might pivot back and say, "Hey, okay, we might need to see what our first round investment is and what he's all about." And I'm with that, because I mean, truth be told, if you're going to label a guy your franchise player or expect him to be your franchise player, we at least got to see what he looks like at the beginning of the season as early as possible, right? If he can get up under center, which I think is going to be huge. But if he can't get up on the center, that's going to be even more time for Tua in the box. I hope Tua can get us to that point of 9 or 10 wins. I really do. I just don't know if it's feasible for a year coming off a team that's really rebuilding. But that's just my thought on it, guys. And one last point. I'm not solely convinced that Stefanski is the head coach. That's just me. I love the pieces around. I absolutely love it. It's just like I love the pieces around Tua and Penix, but it's going to be how he game manages and his decision, how he and the drama that he takes out of the locker room, because it's still there, but it's the drama that he got to take off the team, off the organization. Can he do that? I don't know, especially with the drama that he's bringing with him. But I'm gonna get off my soapbox. But yeah, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, ATL_Pandemic on Twitter. Appreciate everyone for allowing me to be here. Gat, you my boy, man. I'm rocking with you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Dirty Bird fly through Chandler. What your
Hey,
thoughts on letting
hey,
people
good,
know where to
great,
find
great
you?
one, man, great one. Hey, I got a question. Hey, find me on Dirty Bird Fly Thread everywhere. Got a question for y'all. How many of y'all gonna be available in about 30 minutes to an hour? Y'all
I'm
gonna be available? Cause hey, I'm going live tonight. Actually, going
do it.
live, and we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about what 2026 really is gonna be like for the Atlanta Falcons, and what. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, Wolf. I know you hear that. So
Sure.
yeah, man. Hey,
I,
we'll be having that conversation. But hey, appreciate you for letting me on. It's been another great one, another great conversation.
yes, sir. Wolf, respectfully, Wolf, let them know where to find you and how you feel, big dog.
Nah. Don't find me. Don't find me. I find you. Don't find me. I find you, bro. That's it, man. Listen, man. I appreciate y'all for letting me up. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it, man. I ain't really too long winded, man. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be like Cowboy.
Bit low country sports, bit low. Let them know how you feel and where to find you.
Hey
and
man, look here. Hey, first of all, um, everybody that's on this panel, y'all make sure that y'all check all of these folks out. Everybody makes great
No,
content.
no, no,
Make
no,
sure that
no.
y'all check all of these folks out. Also, y'all make sure y'all check out all the Atlanta Falcons content creators, man. Everybody's making great content, and everybody's going to try to make sure that we keep y'all entertained all throughout the off season. Georgia, Texas
Yes,
boy, thank you
indeed.
so much for letting Old Country Boy on. I definitely and greatly appreciate it. Y'all can find us at Big Low Country, on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Black Planet, uh, uh,
only
what
thing
else?
is it open?
OnlyFans, MySpace, um, Bebo, um, pretty much anywhere you can think of. Y'all can find us at Big Low Country, man. Thank you so much, Georgia, Texas boy.
Hey,
Y'all,
No, no,
hey,
no.
hey, hey, hey,
she
y'all don't go looking
everywhere.
for me on OnlyFans. I ain't on there, so you're gonna be.
Hey, y'all look for Bit Low Country, man. He everywhere, man. Just type in Bit Low, you might find him. But hey, man, thank everybody on the panel for showing up today. Thank all y'all for y'all support. Thank everybody for coming up and showing their own perspective and what they feel that the Falcons should do and would do. Once again, as I've been saying for going on 2 years now, the new era is here
Yes,
and
sir.
the change has come. Let's see the production on the field. Let's hope that the same change we got within the front office, we get on this field and we see some winning football, something that we ain't seen since 2017. But once again, I'm your host, Georgia Texas Boy, and thank you all for coming to another episode of GATXBOI Speaks. Rise up, God bless, and I'll see y'all on the next one.